I'm here at New Taipei's Fulong Beach, and I'll be speaking with an 82-year-old sailor who is the oldest sailor to sail around Taiwan in a sailboat. That's the sailboat that is sailing around Taiwan. It left New Taipei's Fulong Beach this Tuesday, beginning the second half of its journey around the island. Who's at the helm? Chan Cheng-feng, the 82-year-old they call the father of sailing in Taiwan. He pioneered the sport in Taiwan over 50 years ago. It's always been his dream to sail around the island. I caught up with Dan and the sailing coach monitoring his itinerary, Huang Guohong, when they stopped at Fulong Beach. So how has the journey been so far? 最近就是整个旅程到目前是还好吗？
人员都很好，只是过程当中的奋斗是难以形容啊。
What have been the challenges during the trip?
有碰到风雨，有碰到雷电交加，有时候没有风。就是我们一整天都熬着太阳，跟太阳在打转。
You are the pioneer of sailing in Taiwan. What is it that you love so much about sailing?
因为看起来就是很漂亮，很诱惑人家，有一个很文静的一个活动。在海面上有时候看着奇奇怪怪的，有些像东海岸我们看到海豚好像跟着伴着我们一样，所以我们真的是看到了这样子。
That's beautiful. Lots of dolphins. Did you see any whales?
倒是没有，我也希望看到大白鲨，可是就是没有，不然还有一场惊心搏斗的讨论的这个东西心得可以跟大家报告，好可惜啊。
And I know that you like to promote sailing as a sport, as an activity. Do you have any words, for people who want to try sailing?
你如果想学习的，我们在台湾有很多的点，像这边来讲，像福隆是台湾最早的啦，南边就是西子湾，很好的场地，比方说大鹏湾，像很多台湾的湖泊也是很好的一个地方。他只要上过我们的贼船我相信他印象会非常的深刻，他就有意愿会再继续加入。
That's wonderful. So you're 82 years old. Does that mean anyone at any age can go sailing? 是不是任何年龄都可以去做帆船？
对，
是吗？
对，没有不分哪里老幼都可以啊。
自己的身体状况就没有问题。
Okay, thank you so much. 谢谢你们哦，感谢你们。Dan is so energetic for 82. He told me sailing is what keeps him young and healthy.
While some people are sailing around Taiwan, others are excited to finally be able to travel abroad once pandemic policies start to change. In the meantime, people are wondering when Taiwan's masking policies are going to start loosening as well. Masks have been required in most situations and places in Taiwan since May last year. But these rules may start to loosen within the next few months. The health ministry says there's a good chance people won't need to wear masks in certain areas starting in November. Some doctors say if people are outside in an open space with few people around, they should be able to take off their masks. But other doctors say diseases like the flu are also more common in the winter, and health officials should hold off on lifting the mask mandate to prevent their spread. Other COVID-related policies are changing too. Those include letting international travelers live in a shared residence after arriving in the country. Another future policy change is that people with COVID will no longer need to complete a self-health management period after their 7-day isolation period ends. That means after their quarantine ends, they can dine out at restaurants as long as they maintain social distance. People with mild COVID cases will also no longer be required to report their infection. Lastly, the health ministry will downgrade COVID-19 from a Category 5 communicable disease, the highest level, to Category 4. Even with life slowly returning to normal, the government is still urging people to get vaccinated and wash their hands frequently so that the country can stay on the right track. Earlier this week, former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo came to visit Taiwan for the second time in 6 months. and he shared these views during his visit.
President Tsai Ing-wen on Tuesday morning attended the opening ceremony of the Global Taiwan Business Forum in southern Taiwan's Kaohsiung. She's not only there to help bolster businesses, but also to meet with former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Pompeo arrived in Taiwan on Monday night and delivered a keynote speech at the forum. During his speech, Pompeo said Taiwan was separate from China.
There are many elements that will convince the Chinese Communist Party that today's situation, in fact, reflects the reality of Taiwan as this important place that is different and separate and independent from that China.
He then noted that the United States is divesting from China.
For the past decades, has encouraged American business to invest inside of China, to invest alongside the Chinese Communist Party. It was American policy for decades. It's no longer the case.
During her speech, President Tsai said Pompeo's trips to Taiwan are a sign of the U.S.'s support for the country. Tsai then called on Taiwanese businesses to help Taiwan foster relations with the world. She said that business exchanges are key to expanding cooperation between Taiwan and the U.S. Today, we're going to be talking about an unlikely but heartwarming cross-section between blood and seafood. Blood. It keeps us alive. That would make it pretty important. All over Taiwan, there are blood donation centers, and people are encouraged to walk up and give blood whenever they can. The Taiwan Blood Services Foundation keeps track of cities' inventory of different blood types across Taiwan. Now, there are 3 categories of blood stocks: normal, low, and urgently lacking. Normal means there's 7 days or more supply of any given blood type. Low means 4 to 7 days, and urgently lacking means there's less than 4 days supply. As shown here, Taichung City has low blood stocks for 3 out of 4 blood types. Now, the reason for this shortage, according to a Taichung Blood Center official, is COVID. Taiwan has recently been experiencing a spike in COVID-19 cases. And according to the rules, people in Taiwan who get COVID can't donate blood until 14 days after they recover. And that means the pool of people who can give blood right now is severely limited. Now, let's move on to the second part of this story, which is seafood. Shrimp fishing is a popular recreational activity in Taiwan. It's exactly what it sounds like. People will sit around a pool of water stocked with shrimp and then go fishing for them. Afterwards, you can cook the shrimp and then eat them, but that's not important here. One shrimp fishing establishment owner in Taichung saw that there was a blood shortage in his city and then took action. He shelled out over $6,000 to provide 180 kilograms of shrimp to the public. The deal was people who donated blood could get a bag of shrimp. Not only that, but people who donated more blood could get bonus seafood like fish. This is an incredible feat of charity, and it's not the first time that this shrimp fishing establishment owner has put on this kind of promotion. It's the third. In Taiwan, you can only donate 2 quantities of blood, 250 cc's and 500 cc's. And each time you do it, you have to wait a few months before you can donate again. And I think that's a good thing, because with an event like this going on, I can see people going out there and donating entirely too much blood.
And now for the other stories that are on our radar.
Taiwanese authorities are planning to spend 580 billion NT dollars, or over 18 billion US dollars, on defense next year. Citing China's increased military activity around Taiwan, Premier Su Zhengcang says that's a record-high military budget. The government plans to spend the money on foreign arms purchases, mainly from the United States, and indigenous defense programs such as the Duojiang-class corvettes and Brave Eagle trainer jets. A recent survey by a Taiwanese Federation of Industries shows that 60% of Taiwanese businesses operating in China are planning to move or set up manufacturing sites outside of China. Around 10% of surveyed businesses say they plan to leave China completely. Taiwan's Vice President Lai Ching-te says this is due to China's political instability, trade restrictions, pandemic measures, and other factors. Taiwan is set to do away with quarantine requirements in mid-October. After 2 years of restrictions, the Taiwanese are eager to travel again. However, because of the pandemic, many people chose not to renew their expired passports. Now, the Foreign Ministry's Bureau of Consular Affairs is being flooded with passport applications. The tourism industry is also hoping for a wave of visitors from abroad.
It was really inspiring to talk to Chan Cheng-feng, the 82-year-old sailor who's sailing around Taiwan right now. I have a question for you, Emma. What do you want to be doing when you're 82 years old?
Well, what I want to be doing when I'm 82 years old definitely doesn't sound as physically challenging as sailing a boat around, but definitely mentally challenging, which is learning languages.
That's great.
Yeah,
by then, the 10th language or so?
Hopefully by then it will be my 10th language. I just started learning Spanish, so I'm really excited about that. Obviously, my Chinese learning is an ongoing project forever, and hopefully I can keep adding languages along the way and
so that's 3 for
making
you?
it easier to travel. Yeah.
3 so far, right?
Well, I could count Latin a bit, but I've never spoken in Latin with anyone, more just translated old stuff.
That's wonderful.
What about you?
This is my little plan. I plan to be writing at the beach, writing a book or memoirs or something. Something very enjoyable and having fun. And I like writing too.
Yeah,
so.
do you prefer the beaches on the east coast of Taiwan or on the north coast?
East Coast.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
And then you have all the really nice mountains in the background.
Yeah, I just love the scenery. Once you're at the beach, you just kind of relax and chill, you know.
And the writing inspiration just comes right to you.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in to Taiwan Insider. I am Natalie Tso.
And I'm Emma Banak.
And do follow us on social media.
Yeah, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. We love to hear from you guys.
Yes, subscribe or leave a comment. Hope to hear from you. Bye.
Bye.